Okay, hi everyone. My name is Mag. I come from China. And to make things clear, I would like to change the title to Opportunities and Choices for a Mobile Game Starter in China, which is my team. And the best time or the worst time is a too big title for this. So if you would like to understand what my team and I faced in the past 1 year and started our own company from barely nothing, and this is for you. So let's get started. Well, in the following 20 minutes, I would like to invite you to travel back with me to March 2013 and make some choices with me. Some of you may have wondering why I'm standing up here and sharing my story. So I think I would to give you some background information about what we have done in the past 1 year. Look at the screen. Our game is top 100 grossing in both China and Taiwan right now. And the left one, we are just one under Candy Crush. So I wish that would happen in the US. If that is true, I will be a millionaire, of course. And this is a rank history of our game from May the 1st to July the 17th. And the data is grabbed from App Annie. So if you have any questions, you can just check it out by yourself. You can see that for most of the time, my game keep a smooth curve above top 100. And all these happens from this. No investment, no mobile game experience, and only 3 members at the beginning. So that's something I would like to say before I really start. Last year, when I and my co-partners working in a company which focus in making browser games, we realized some facts that the mobile markets in China was growing really fast. And the data is the market size was $1 billion USD in 2012, and now we know it is $2 billion in last year. And maybe it will be 3 billion by the end of this year. So we made a choice. We would like to turn to mobile games. And also, there were very successful cases in China. 我叫 MT and 大掌门 were 2 very, very successful mobile games in China last year. And they have one thing in common, that they were made by small studios. That gave us a lot of courage. And both of them earned over $5 million per month. And that's me. Before that, I mentioned I used to be a producer, technical director, and we mainly focus on browser games. This is one of my co-partner. He was a producer and he was a producer and art director. Now he is an art director of my team. And this is the other co-partner of my team. He used to be a co-producer and lead designer. So you can see that the team, the 3 of us, 1 programmer, 1 artist, and 1 designer. So that's how we start. We do spend a couple of years of our life in making games, but we don't have any experience in developing mobile game. So it's a big challenge. We don't know what would happen in the future, but we made the choice that we should turn to mobile game because we think that's the future. And browser game is still growing, but it is not like the years in 2010, 2009 it's not like that. So the very first choice me and my team faced was, should we keep making browser games or should we turn to mobile games? And the choice seems obvious. If we keep making browser games, we can keep our jobs and be well paid. And we don't have to worry about our lives for the future, maybe 10 years. It was a very long time. So, but if we choose mobile game, everything is undetermined. We have to resign from our company because as far as I know, when we resigned, they don't have any plan in making mobile games. We should leave. And no one would invest a team like us. No experience, no convincible evidence that we could success in the future. So the choice between the two seems obvious, but we made an irrational choice. We chose mobile game. I don't know why, and I don't know whether it is right or wrong because we are far to the end. Let's see. Well, we don't know mobile games and we don't know the mobile markets very well, but we can do research, we can do analysis, and we have experiences of making games. So we did a table like this. We separate mobile games into 3 types: casual, mid-core, and hardcore. In China, I think casual game has a very large user base. They are easy to play, they are comfortable for people to download because the size is usually small, the package is small. But casual game has very obvious disadvantages for us, especially. The monetization ability is weak, and we don't have any previous experience on that. The mid-core game is something between hardcore and casual. It is a little bit ambiguous, but I think the mid-core game is something that's perfectly balanced between casual and hardcore, because it has the user base as large as casual game, and meanwhile it has the monetization ability as well as a hardcore game. So our choice was to make a mid-core game, and just look at this one. Some data support our choices. In China, 2013, the market share is like this. The top 3 game types were turn-based, RPG, strategy card, and followed by card, SLG. All of them are mid-core or hardcore games. So if we choose to make a mid-core game, we probably will earn a lot of money or make a good profit. But if we choose a casual game, we may have a larger user base, but we may starve to death before we manage to make a really successful one. So we choose mid-core game. And for safety, to be to be dead too fast, we have to make sure our game has a very basic gameplay cycle, which is presented on the screen, like several central resources that players can collect and consume in the game: gold, coin, and energy, and cards for players to collect. This graph is something with the business model and basic gameplay. Card is like do you play Hearthstone, the Blizzard game? It's like the card in Hearthstone, but it can grow, it can be strengthened, and with the time spent by users in game, and with gold, which can be purchased in game, and the card grows. So my point is, we have to make a very clear figure of how our players play the game and pay money to us. So this is our solution. Besides that, I don't want to make a very complicated game. We are a small team, we don't have too much money, we can't afford a very long-term development time. So we keep everything in our game simple and small. Gameplay, art style, and technical framework are three key factors of making a game. So we did research about art style. These are art styles very popular in China. They are very Chinese. But meanwhile, World of Warcraft, Angry Bird, and Million Author also has a very large user base and was very popular in China as well. So we want to make a game basically focused in China domestic market, and we also want it to be more international. But if we make our step, like we from China bound to Europe or the US, most probably we will fail, because it is hard to balance between Western and Eastern art style. So our choice was to first step, East Asia, Southeast Asia, and maybe next step, our next game will come to the Western countries. So our art style is like this. It's more like Chinese, Japanese. And I think is something different than that in China. So in fact, you will see later in my lecture that we got a very good result in Taiwan, Singapore, and Malaysia, as well as in China. Okay, the right one is what I said. I don't want to make a game that is a mixture, a hybrid of China and English, English-speaking countries, the Western and Eastern. So we choose the left one. The technical framework. Actually, there are more choices for us, but I don't put them in there because there is only one choice. We had made browser games for nearly 10 years, and we used Adobe technologies all the time. So it's like I've been speaking Chinese for over 30 years, and suddenly I've been told that you should speak English for the rest of your life. I can make it, but it is probably not the best choice for us. So we want to make our game quick in a very short development time, and we want it to be safe. So we choose Adobe Air as our technical solution. And then things got boring and challenging. I think most of you have the experiences of working in game studio or software company. You know how it would be like in the massive production period. You should keep tight and fixed schedule. You don't mess up with tiny things like one of your members get sick, and the others got pregnant suddenly, like that. So we had to keep a very fixed schedule and make things clear step by step. So this is something this is the manpower and the milestone. And there is another document including more detailed information with a Gantt chart, but I didn't bring it here because I think it belongs to another lecture called How to Do Project Management. So let's just know that you should keep a fixed schedule, especially for starters like us. We don't have money. We do not belong to a giant company who will keep throwing money to our team and like that. Okay, luckily we didn't make any bad choices until we nearly finished our game. It was the 7th month. We were about to run out of our money, so we were very eager. We're so eager to find publishers who could buy our game. So we did a stupid choice. We showed them our incomplete game, the incomplete one, and we hope that they could give us several yes, but the fact was we did receive replies, but everyone with each one with sorry, I'm so sorry in it, and things seems come to an end. We doomed to fail. It was frustrating, but the bright side is we still have a little time. We still have the team. So we think if we were not chosen by the publishers, why should we? Why wouldn't we make the last fight? We can launch our game in the app stores in China, but it was not easy because in China we have hundreds of different app stores. It was a very fractured market. And this is the fact that's mentioned many, many times by the other research institute or other speakers in different situations. You can see that China Android app market was like something, I don't know. It is very difficult for me to understand by now. So our game made a very good performance in iTunes Store in China, but until today, it doesn't make any good results in Android. I think that may be one of the reasons. We made online testing plans. The bright side of having so many app stores in China is that you can choose a small one for your game to do closed beta testing, and several more for open beta testing. Nobody would notice you. No players would notice your game. It is very good for an online game to optimize and make the optimization, and we did it. We built a service team to collect feedbacks from the players and use it for the optimization of the gameplay. And so, oh, that's too quick. So, in January this year, we have put on our game to Android for 3 months, and after that we launched it in the App Store, iTunes Store. It is on iOS. So we receive a very well result. And as you can see in the former slides, we get a top 100 position. And I think that's something we keep optimizing our game, our gameplay, the technical and the art, everything else, everything. Things was not that bad. In this year, we sold it, but not in China, in Taiwan. The only two of our publishers were from Taiwan. One of them helped us to publish our game in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau, and the other one helped us to publish it in Singapore and Malaysia. And I think that is something that you keep going in the very worst time of your team, and finally you will receive some good results like this. If we give up, we didn't make it at the end of last year. We could never know it would be like this in Taiwan and outside China. So that's something we made. Several steps, several stages in our last year since we started our company. That's a short recap. We didn't have investment. We still don't. We don't have mobile game experiences before we start our company. And now my team has 15 team members. That is something we did in the last 1.5 years. Okay, that's all I have. Hopefully I want to give you more things than this, but I'm not sure I can make well demonstration in English. So if you guys want more, and you can talk with me before, after this, I can show you more details about me and my team and something I know. Okay, thank you.